students. I hope all are safe at home. I welcome you all for the online class. Okay, in previous class we have seen the first chapter, which is called the lighthouse. In today's class we are going to continue the remaining part of the lesson. Okay, before going to lesson, let us have a small recap what we have seen in the previous class. Okay, can you remember what is the first part of the lesson? Yes, we have two characters in the lesson. One is Raju and his father Madhav. So Raju was always thrilled. Why he was thrilled? Because his father would take him out to visit to a lighthouse. Okay, what is the meaning of thrilled? The meaning of thrilled is excited. He was very excited, and they both was very happy. They both was very happy one day, and Raju wanted to see the lighthouse. So Madhav takes Raju to the lighthouse. What are they seeing in the lighthouse? Yes, lighthouse is a very tall and strong building. Okay, in the top of the lighthouse we can see a strong electricity. Okay, then what are we seeing in the lesson? Okay, next, what are the uses and when was the lighthouse invented? We have been seeing the things and all. Okay, now let us continue the remaining part of the lesson. Okay, before starting the lesson, are you ready with your textbook? Okay, now I am going to read out the lesson. All of you please carefully observe it. Raju asked, Papa, when was the first lighthouse built? I don't know, my son. Madhav replied, but I believe that the olden days many fishermen were lost in the sea and were unable to return home. The people on the land were worried and yet helpless to guide them. Then a group of clever young men hit upon this idea. They collected a few huge logs and lots of dry branches and set fire to them. They were laughed at by elders, but they continued to keep the fire burning. In the early hours of next morning, the fishermen sailed home. They said that they had been guided from the land and saved only because of the light of this fire, which they had seen from a distance. Raju exclaimed, how clever of the humans. Madhav said, yes, now shall we go home after you have your favorite ice cream? Rajiv said, oh yes Papa, thank you. Okay, have you all observed, children? Okay, now let us move into a lesson. Raju asked his father again a question. When was the first lighthouse was? Where was the first lighthouse was built? Who's asking the question? Yes, Raju is asking a question to his father that where was the first lighthouse built? What Madhav is saying? Madhav is saying, I don't know, son. But I believe that the olden days many fishermen were lost in the sea and were unable to return home. So in olden days, the fishermen, they go into the sea. For what purpose they go into a sea? Yes, to catch a fish. When they was going to a sea, the fishermen were unable to return home. Why they was unable to return home? Yes, because they don't know where is the land, where is the shore, and it was very dark. So they was very unable to come back to the shore. The people on the land were worried and yet helpless to guide them. So the people who was waiting in the seashore, they was very worried because the fishermen who went into the sea hadn't come back. So they always were very worried. Then a group of clever young men hit upon this idea. Then a group of clever men, they gathered together and they got one idea. What was that idea? They collected a few huge logs and lots of dry branches and set fire to them. What is the meaning of logs? Yes, Logs means large branches of tree. What is the meaning of logs? Logs means a large branches of trees. So that means everyone they collected a large branches of trees and lots of dry branches, and they set the fire in the seashore. They were laughed at by elders. So the elder people what they did? They were laughed at the young men. But they continued to keep the fire burning. But they didn't bother it. They keep on continuing the fire. In the early hours of next morning, the fishermen sailed home. So what happened next day? The early morning, all the fishermen, they returned home. They said that because of this fire only we came back to home. So this was very helpful. So the light was very helpful for the sailors and the fishermen who was in the sea. With the help of that fire only they came back to the seashore. Okay. Rajan exclaimed, how clever of the humans. So Rajan is exclaimed. What is the meaning of exclaimed? Exclaimed means surprise. Rajan was surprised that how clever of the humans. The humans are so clever in olden days. What an idea they made to return the fisherman back to the home. Madhav said yes. Now shall we go home after you have your favorite ice cream? So what Madhav is saying? Yes. The people in the olden days was very clever. Now shall we go home after you having your favorite ice cream? What Madhav says? Yes, now let's go home after having your favorite ice cream. So Rajan says, oh yes Papa, thank you. So what Rajan is saying? Yes, it was very helpful to know the news about the lighthouse, and now let's go home. Okay, have you understood till here? Yes. Now I am going to give you a few questions. Okay, please note down in your notebook. Okay, are you ready? Okay. What did the people use in lighthouses before the invention of electricity? Note down neatly. What did the people use in lighthouses before the invention of electricity? Next question. How was the first lighthouse built? How was the first lighthouse built? Find words from the story which mean the opposite of the following. Find words from the story which means the opposite of the following. Okay? First one, dangerous. Dangerous. Second one, short. Second one, short. Third one, far. Fourth one, low. Fifth one, old. And the sixth one is stop. Okay? Okay. Next, make sentence of your own. So, here are the few words. So, you have to use this word and frame a sentence. Okay? Please note down, children. First one is sailor. Second one is curious. Third one is thrilled. Fourth one is lost. Fifth one is seashore. Okay. Have you all noted down? Okay. Okay, children. Now let us continue the remaining part of the chapters in the next class. Okay. Thank you.